Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Dwayne's Guitar Lessons, where today in this video I'm going to put on the neck of the guitar. So like I said, we got the wiring in, it's all working good, we just got to get it grounded, and now we're at the process of putting the neck on. Now this is a bolt-on neck. There's actually two kinds of necks. I think there's three. You've got through necks, I think, that just actually go through the whole body. So you actually have like three pieces. I think I'm correct on this, but correct me if I'm incorrect on this, but you have the two halves and then the neck that goes all the way through the body. Okay, I think they do that. That's one of them. I guess it gives you really great sustain on your notes. I believe that's one neck, if I'm correct. It's called a through body neck. Then you also have a glued on neck, which is like Gibson, where they actually take the neck, put some wood glue on it, and set the neck in the body with glue. Okay, and then the neck and the body become one. And that adds for sustain, so you get some really good sustain on that. Now that's more like Gibson style. Now the other style is the bolt-on neck, which is actually, to me, it's more of a screwed-on neck because you're using screws and not bolts. But it's basically you bolt the neck onto the body, and it's designed that way. That's more Fender style, so that if your neck breaks or something, you need to get that taken care of, you can just unbolt it real easy, switch it out, put in another neck. So when Leo Fender designed his guitars, he was thinking of the working musician. If you're out there working and your guitar breaks down, you can take it apart and fix it real quick. And that's kind of was his design. Like take a Les Paul. If it's a glued-on neck and you break the neck, and you have to get that neck replaced, you got to send it in. They got to get the glue separated somehow, pop off the neck, and put another one on. And of course, that's a pretty laborious process. And if you had gigs to do or something, you'd have to use your backup guitar and wait for that to get, wait for all that to get done before you got your guitar back. And guitar is a very personal instrument, so you really get used to playing a guitar. Like the guitar that I'm kind of replacing with, and I love that guitar. I'm used to playing it, and so this is a new one. I'm going to have to get used to playing this one. It's not new, but you understand what I mean. And this has a 24 fret neck, so that's going to be a little bit get used to as well. So how we put the neck on? Well, we're going to bolt it on, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set this in this cavity right here. You can kind of see that's in the video here. Okay, so what we have is this cavity right here on the body. You can see it right here. This is where the heel goes, and then this little extra part right here is where those extra few frets are going to go. Okay, so the neck is actually going to butt up right up here, up against the pick ring of the neck pickup. Okay, so basically what you do is you just set it in there. Okay, so I'm putting this on here like this. I'm taking the neck and just setting it in that groove. I don't want to slide it in, I just want to set it in. I've been told that's a good way of doing it. So I'm setting it and just press it down. So now that's what I've done there. As you can see, that's can flush against that. Perfect. And then I've got the backing plate that came with the body, which I was pretty glad that happened, because sometimes getting these parts like the backing plate and the tuning screws and it can be kind of tedious a little bit. So what we're doing now is just putting in these 4 screws. This is what holds the neck to the body. It's just these 4 screws, and these ones look kind of relic and beat up. What's kind of cool is this guitar is going to have that relic look, that kind of broken and beat up look. Not because it was designed that way, but because that's where the parts come from. It's got this body, I think he said it was like a 93, so you figure that's about 20 years old right there, 21 years old. And this neck, I know this neck has got to be from around that same era, probably the 90s, because it fits. It wasn't designed for this particular guitar. It was designed for a right-handed guitar, but I just happened to get lucky and it fit. So I'm basically just screwing in these 4 screws, and that's what's going to attach the neck to the body. And it's kind of funny, I looked at my other guitar, and a long time ago when the neck broke, and I just tried to re-glue it and keep it going, but I remember a long time ago I looked at those screws and I thought, man, I'm not going to try to take those screws out and mess with the neck. Man, that'll jack up the guitar. But now that I've done all this with this guitar, it doesn't really seem that scary to me to do it, and I actually can switch out that neck. It's not a big deal. Although I think that if I put that rosewood neck on there, right now it has a maple neck, that's going to change the tone, because I know that maple neck has a very bright tone, and I think the rosewood has a little bit. So there we are. So there's the neck, bolted it on. The back plate here is kind of old and beat up, so it's going to have that relic look. It's got these old beat up tuners on the neck right here. These tuners, I got these. These actually are for this type of neck, which is cool. They're Ibanez, made in Japan. They look beat up. Well, not like beat up to where they're not working, but they definitely have some oxidation to them, and they look like they're roadworthy. Like these things have played some gigs, been some places. So that's cool. And then I've got my Steve Vai Gem truss rod cover on there, although it's upside down. Although if it was a right-handed, it would be right side up. But being that this neck is going to be upside down, so basically we're going to have a right-handed neck on a left-handed body. And the reason why we did that is because it fits. Okay, I looked at some other necks. I looked at some left-handed necks. I couldn't find. You know, you got to match the years because stuff changes over the years. You know, with other products as well. And like I mentioned about the necks, I found some left-handed necks, but they were newer necks, and they had they were that AANJ neck where the bolt pattern didn't match up. And so when you're putting a neck and a body together, especially if you're using spare parts, you just got to make sure that the neck and the body fit together. That's real important. And this neck fits this body, even though it's a right-handed neck, so it's got to be around the same era or something. Maybe it comes from a right-handed version of this guitar. I'm not really sure, but 24 fret neck, rosewood. I was going to polish up the frets, you know, take some rubbing compound and polish them up real nice, but then I thought, well, why not just leave it the way it is, because then it's got that kind of relic broken in look to it. And what I really like about it, and I'm hoping that when I play it, it's going to have this kind of broken in feel to it because of the fact that it's old. You know, the neck is probably 20 years old, the body's 20 years old at least, you know. The pickups are going to be new, so those are going to sound awesome. The bridge is going to be new, so that should hold, you know, really good in tune. And hopefully I'll get that in tomorrow or Tuesday. And that's going to come with a locking nut and some tuners. So I need that locking nut there, and I think it's going to be chrome. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do the chrome, and then the tuners are chrome too. So I was originally going to do chrome tuners, chrome locking nut, chrome bridge, and then chrome pickup rings, but I think what I'm going to do is use these other pickup rings. These ones aren't, or this back one's a little bit too high for the tremolo, so I think I'll just use those. And I think if I do black, it's going to, you know, blend in better and allow this stuff to stand out more. So I think I'm going to go with that. Now, I don't know about the nut. I might just keep that chrome and have that chrome and then have the bridge chrome. So that's pretty much how it's going to look. And when we get that bridge in, I will make another video of installing that or whatever, you know, and show you that, how all that works. And then it's on to setting up the tremolo, putting on the strings and setting it all up and checking it out. So once again, I'm excited. This thing is coming together great. This is going to be an awesome guitar, hopefully. And thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. This is going to be a cool project when it's all done. So until next time, take care, and I will see you then. Thank you very much.